Hello YouTube and Facebook. Tonight we are going to discuss late night TV talk show hosts, then and now, and we're going to compare. So right after this brief intro, I'll be right back and we will get into it. Hello YouTube and Facebook. I am back, and this is May the 16th now. May the 16th, 2020. And today is Saturday. And tonight we're going to discuss late night TV talk show hosts. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to show you my captive audience that I have. So here we go. Let's go in here and see them. Looky there, I have a captive audience. So there we go. There's my captive audience. Here, I'll bring a few friends out. There, we have a few friends out. Now, let's get into the late night TV talk show host. Come on, get in there. You too. There you go. Alright. So, we're going to talk about basically then and now. And if anybody ever watched late night TV, you know, like way back in the day, was Johnny Carson hosted the Tonight Show. And then you had, after Johnny Carson retired, then Jay Leno took his place on the Tonight Show. And then after Jay Leno retired, then came Jimmy Fallon. Yeah. ABC has had the unfortunate, dubious task of hiring Jimmy Kimmel. That guy's a joke. We'll get into that. And CBS, I don't even know the name of the guy that hosts the CBS. So, anyway. So we'll just move along since I don't know him. Shows you how much I watch. Shows you how much I watch late night TV talk shows. So, wake up. Oops, sorry. We're basically going to touch on Jimmy Kimmel because the guy is so misinformed and he doesn't tell the truth and he's not funny. Now, let's go with Johnny Carson. We'll start with Johnny Carson. You know, and I don't know which side of the fence Johnny Carson sat on, but he has made jokes. You know, I mean, the object of a late night TV show host, you know, they are to make jokes, and they can make jokes about the president, and they used to be funny, and they were also respectful. You know, Jay Leno was the same way. Even David Letterman, he was, I assume I didn't watch much David Letterman because I don't really care for it. Let's see if I can get his attention. There we go. I didn't really like David Letterman too much, so I didn't watch him. But I faithfully watched Johnny Carson, and I faithfully watched Jay Leno. And the other night I had the TV on. The news was on and I was doing dishes, and before I can get in here and shut it off, Jimmy Kimmel came on, and that guy is not funny. He's so misinformed. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and he has to be one of the dumbest people I've ever heard talk on TV. He's not informed at all. Now, with late night TV talk show hosts, they would make jokes about presidents. Like Johnny Carson, he did a pretty good Ronald Reagan imitation, you know, and it was funny. So, you know what? You are distracting me. There you go. Get back in there. would make some jokes about Ronald Reagan, you know, and that's basically when I really started watching Johnny Carson, was back in the late 70s and, you know, early 80s. And then when Jay Leno took over, then I watched Jay Leno faithfully. And Jay Leno was here through like Bush and stuff like that. And they would all make jokes about the president, which is fine. I mean, that's, you know, but there's a difference between making a joke about the president and being downright mean and disrespectful like Jimmy Kimmel is. Now, when I was out there doing dishes, I watched, and you know, and I like it when he talks about him and his family, you know, being in quarantine, you know, I mean, you know, him and his kids and stuff. I like that. But, you know, he'll talk about that for about 15 seconds, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's right on, you know, Donald Trump. And he doesn't make jokes about him. He's just downright mean and nasty and hateful and spiteful, and, you know, and I'm glad I don't know. Ugh, thank goodness. But anyway, you know, he's just plain mean and nasty and disrespectful. So I just don't watch them. I wish that they would just cancel all these late night TV talk shows and be done with them. You know, I remember when Jay Leno was when he was in office. I wish he was president. I like Jay Leno, but when he was on the Tonight Show, he would make jokes about Bill Clinton. Now, I like Bill Clinton, and he's a Democrat. I actually like Bill Clinton. I thought, you know, I liked him. And he would make jokes about Bill Clinton, but then he would turn around and jump to the other side of the fence and make jokes about them, you know, the other side. That's just the way it used to be. But now Jimmy Kimmel, for example, he's so one-sided that if he were leaning over this way and made a joke, I'm surprised he hasn't fallen over. He's just not funny, and they just really need to take people like him off the air. Let him go back doing nightclub or whatever. But I just don't like it. I mean, I've heard Jay Leno make jokes about Bill Clinton and the dress. You know, I mean, everybody who knows about Bill Clinton knows, you know, all that stuff. But, you know, and he made jokes about Bush, and, you know, and Johnny Carson would make jokes about Ronald Reagan, you know, like maybe taking a little afternoon nap, and, you know, and he'd always talk about Nancy. He never disrespected the First Lady, though. Johnny Carson did. You know, Nancy. He just picked on the president, and then he would pick on the other side. Same way with Jay Leno. But these new ones, I mean, they get up there and they make these stupid one-sided jokes, and they think they're funny, and they're not. You know, they're just downright mean and disrespectful. I guess it's the end thing now to disrespect the president and talk about it. Now, when Jay Leno retired, oh man, I was heartbroken when Jay Leno retired. And I thought, man, I don't know, because I used to enjoy watching Jay Leno, so I thought, well, I'll give Jimmy Kimmel a chance, you know, because I didn't like Jimmy Fallon. So I watched him, I thought, well, you know, this guy might be okay. But then, as soon as Trump got in office, it was like somebody flipped the switch, and he went from being funny to downright mean and lying and stuff. So, you know, I just immediately quit watching, because he's just not funny at all. And he thinks, you know, he reminds me of these comedians that will sit there and make a joke, and then they'll sit there and wait for the audience to applaud, and then kind of like robots, you know, yeah, you're funny. But I would say that most of the audience that watch it, you know, that participates in Jimmy, you know, the audience like for Jimmy Kimmel or any of them, are probably, you know, liberals, or you know, they're probably, you know, the left, whatever you want to call them, you know, they're, and you know, and they think, you know, being hateful and mean, you know, is funny, but it's not. It's not. Grow up, people. It's not funny, you know. So, and that's all I'm gonna really say about that, because I mean, it's the, you know, I remember the good old days. You know, I would stay up on a Friday night and I'd watch Show the Theater, and I remember I would go to bed, or not go to bed, but I'd fall asleep, and bad boys. But I would wake up and the Star Spangled Banner, I think that's what it was, would always be playing, or sometimes you'd wake up and you'd wake up to noise. But now TV stays on 24 hours. Why, I don't know, but it does. But I miss the good old days when they used to sign off and you would hear that, you know, noise. I would much rather hear the white noise coming from my TV that the station has signed off than to listen to Jimmy Kimmel, because he's not funny. So, and that's all I gotta say about that. I don't think he's funny. I don't watch him, and I'll make doggone sure that whenever I get done watching the news that my hands are free to where I can come in and turn the channel so I don't even have to hear him. That's just the way I feel. Bring back Jay Leno. Get rid of Kimmel. Bring back Jay Leno. You know, and I miss watching Jay on TV. So, but I mean, like I said, they would make jokes about the president, and then they would make, I mean, I have yet to ever hear Jimmy Kimmel making a joke about Nancy Pelosi, her and her $2,400 freezer and her little pints of ice cream that cost $15 or $16 a shot. And, you know, and her sitting there showing this great big freezer clear full of ice cream, and there we go. And, you know, he didn't, you know, I mean, there's jokes there too, but no, they don't do that. They just think it's cool and it's hip and it's in to be downright mean, nasty, and lie about our president just because they don't like him. You know, you don't have to not like somebody, you know, and still be, I hear a siren outside, and you can still be respectful about it, but he is not. He is one of the most disrespectful people I've ever seen. Unless he thinks it's cute because, you know, he gets up there, hey, I can get some more ratings if I get up there and, you know, and say bad things about, you know, our president or whatever. But he's not funny. So, you know, if you've never watched him, don't. It'll give you nightmares. Unless you really are a hateful person or whatever and want to, you know, think it's funny whenever people make jokes like that. But like I said, I mean, when Jay Leno would make jokes about Bill Clinton, I mean, you know, he'd make jokes about, you know, the dress or whatever, and then he would turn around and make jokes about somebody else, you know, from the other side. And, you know, and he was always funny and he was always respectful. Same way with, you know, Johnny Carson. But these new ones, no. So I encourage everybody out there to, at 11:30 at night, or whatever time he comes on, whatever time zone, if you know Jimmy Kimmel or whatever is coming on, just turn it off. Turn on some music, read a book, listen to nature sounds, sit there and just meditate or vegetate. Well, we won't go with the other tape. 8. But anyway, we won't go with that one. But that would still be more fun than listening to Jimmy Kimmel. But anyway, so like I said, I encourage everybody, just turn them off. Don't listen to him. Don't even give him the time of day. And maybe we'll get lucky in one of these days, because his ratings are already tanking. And maybe we'll get lucky and ABC will. You're right. Thought maybe ABC might cancel him out, you know. But look what ABC did with Roseanne, because she made it, you know, she voiced her opinion. Well, of course, it wasn't a proper one. I admit that. I like Roseanne, you know, some of her stuff. But it was kind of disrespectful. But she did apologize, but they still canned her. So I guess as long as you are hateful toward the president, they'll employ you. And if you like the president, you're fired, no matter what, whether you apologize or not. So anyway, I am going to get ready to bail out of here, but I do encourage people, if you have it on your ABC local affiliate, and Jimmy Kimmel's getting ready to come on, flip that channel. Tell you, I got a great idea. Flip that channel, turn the TV off, get on YouTube and watch my videos. There you go. I gotta be more entertaining than Jimmy Kimmel. But anyway, or that other guy on CBS, which I don't even know his name. I don't know. I guess I'll have to look it up and see who it is. But anyway, so I am going to go ahead and bow out, and I'm going to upload this video and share it, and I'll see everybody next week. I'm going to probably post maybe next Friday or maybe even next Saturday again, who knows. But maybe I'll have something really cool to tell you. So, like maybe what it was like at the beach. Just saying. Alright, so I will talk to, maybe I'll just come up next week and I'll talk about what I did this past week, or I'll come up next week and talk about what I did next week after that happens. So, alright, that's what we'll talk about next week. We'll talk about what happened to me, or what's going to happen to me next week. So, alright, y'all have a great day, have a great weekend, stay safe if you go out, because things are starting to open up. If you go out, just make sure you wear that mask, just, be preventive. We don't want another major outbreak to occur. Be respectful, and all that. And it's going to be a beautiful weekend, for example, here in Ohio, so get out and enjoy. I don't know where here, let's do this before we go. I'm going to get them all out. Alright. Let's get them all out. Alright, we should be getting near the end. There we go. Got the big rubber ducky. So, alright. Well, that was fun. I got the rubber ducky out. Rubber ducky. And there's my little robot friends. Whoops, I like tripping them up. Oh, he hit that screen. Let's try that again. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, one more. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Yes, I like having fun. And see, look. Nobody's in here. Now, I have more of a captive audience here than Jimmy Kimmel does, and they like me, even though I do make them hit the TV. So, alright, well, there we go. We'll just let them all stay out. We'll let them all say goodnight to you. So, alright, everybody, y'all have a great rest of the weekend. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share my video. Me and my little friends and my big old fat friend here, the little rubber ducky right here. Yes, maybe he'll like it too. So, all right. So we are out of here, and everybody, peace. One more time. I gotta do this one more time. Come on. One more. There we go. Yes. One more. Come on. Oh. I don't know what that one was. I'll have to look. Let's see. Come on. Woo-hoo. Come on. There we go. All right. Everybody have a great night. I'm through having fun. I'll talk to everybody later. Peace.